do what I do.
It's a federal holiday. I am thankful and proud to say on this program we opposed it. This is not about out of many one. No, it's about a certain skin color now gets their own summertime celebration, the exact same thing that happens before NFL games where they play the Black National Anthem. This recognition of this as a quote-unquote federal holiday.
I mean, what's his obsession with black people, was the first question. But the bottom line is, why do you even care? I mean, what does that have to do with our well-being, or lack thereof?
Comes right out of the 1619 Project. Look who's most excited that this is a federal holiday. And they're not talking about this as a massive celebration. Oh, wow, look how far blacks have come. It has now become a racial complaining day. Now we have a full day to be able to smear and slander white America.
Centering
this
yourself.
Holiday is a wedge, and I put in quotes, holiday is a wedge used to push for countless destructive policies demanded by BLM. And remember what BLM stands for: burn, loot, and murder.
All right, let's go.
Juneteenth becoming a federal holiday is a nationalized race hustle.
Juneteenth. Okay. All right, let's keep on going. All you people who support them.
The black community gotten poorer since the passage of the Civil Rights Act. Tell me that.
Because of the way
he's coming from the premise. Now, mind you, he said some stuff about the Civil Rights Act. Yeah, we don't like the way it's interpreted, but now he's saying, generally speaking, black people have gotten poorer since we were given rights. That's what, and you ask, and look at this young man. This young man is not prepared for this conversation. This man is not a Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. This is just some young kid with, who's asking questions.
The culture has been perpetuated through the years.
Hold on. Think about it. Why is it that black America has gotten richer on average, poorer on average, since America passed all these anti-racist laws?
I can't answer them.
Okay, yeah. So do you think the fact that 70% of black youth don't have a dad around is probably pretty important?
That's because of the culture.
So let respectfully.
Look at everybody clap. It went from 2/3. It went from 2/3 of black people that don't have a father, and now it's 75%. 75% of black children don't have a dad around at all. He just disappeared. I want you to understand that. Oh, he don't. Not that his mom got divorced or they got separated or they never married, and he only comes around. No, he just disappeared. They just ghosted. Like they just went straight Casper. I want you to think about that. This
allow me to interject. How does the white culture impact the fact whether or not a black dad stays around when he impregnates a woman?
I'm not saying it's the white culture.
What is it?
The culture that has been perpetuated through the 200 years of slavery.
And this young man just have he just got a pre-stated statement. You see what I'm saying?
100 years of segregation and
blah,
Jim
blah,
Crow
blah.
laws.
The marriage, so I got to...
Somebody type blah, 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 pre-state. You're not even answering. The boy's not, the young man's not.
Interject again, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt too much.
Yeah.
But in 1960...
And also, this is the problem with academia right now. You don't have people who actually think. And that young man is probably a young college student. He's just heard something some professor has said that professor heard when he was in college. Nobody's actually thinking.
Before the Civil Rights Act, 20% of black youth had a dad around. Now it's, 20% were single fathers, 80% had a dad around. It's been inverted. So
he's talking about the marriage rate. Okay. And I get that. But you can be married and never see your children. I know some people like that. But
we actually have seen black dads run away from their kids.
Run away. Listen to the language. Run away.
Last 60 years.
All right.
Why is that?
Because of the raised incarceration rates, because of the perpetuated culture.
True. That's
so
not true, man. Because there's not even that many black men who are in prison at the height of the incarceration rate. But
does one go to jail?
That's obvious. I'm not answering that question.
Yeah, so maybe it's because they committed crimes. The Holocaust was 80 years ago.
You see how embarrassing this is when you have unqualified people trying to hold conversations on behalf of black folk. You see, it's just not qualified. Let's keep going.
Half of all the Jews on the planet were killed. everything they earned was taken. Jews are doing great. They're the wealthiest subgroup, racial group or ethnic group in America. If all of a sudden something that happened 80 years ago impacts your material prosperity, how did Jews defy the curve? How did poor Asians do so well? Why is it that Asians are now the wealthiest?
Basically saying that blacks are pathologically, genetically deficient. It's the same thing that Shockley had to say. Okay, same argument.
Minority in America, many of whom came with no money in the 1950s.
At that point, the question should have been, sir, do you believe that black people are genetically inferior and they have no possibility of that? That's where the question would need to be asked right there. But let's move on. Here we go. Let's keep going.
Now, Black America really needs to get its act together and stop sleeping around all the time, and it needs to actually have
Why would you?
Because it's true. Let's look at the evidence. You said to myself, you said there's all these people suffering in Chicago. There's all these people that are terrible. I'm telling you why. It's because there's been bad decisions that have been institutionalized, and rap artists and athletes and people at the top level of Black society that refuse to ever challenge the core rot in Black America, which is that they are allowing degeneracy and hedonism to eat the soul of what once was a beautiful Black culture, and instead they go around saying it's the boogeyman of racism, the white man is out to get you, and the result is Black America is doing worse than it was in the 1960s.
This is what's been out there, just letting it go, huh? Let's keep listening.
Songs,
which
and
influences?
Role models. I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old Black girls. I don't think that songs that are talking about like glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly. I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, that's right. But by the way, the role models of the 1940s and 50s for Black America were completely different.
So it is a representation issue.
Hold on a second. No, not representation. It's who do you get your art from? It's what values are they putting forward? For example, more times than not, Black politicians will lament the condition of America. It's systemically racist. It's terrible. What does that do to a 14-year-old Black kid if you just find that you hear that everything is rigged against you? Instead, they should be saying, hey, there might be some barriers, but if you believe in yourself enough, you can achieve in this country.
If you believe, you can achieve.
It creates a form of social conditioning of low expectations, and that's not my argument. You know whose argument that is? Barack Obama's.
Okay. So, you know, you hear it, right? These are some of his greatest hits as far as Black people are concerned. You know, he's not the only one. You know, there's a lot of people who say that. And here's the cold part about it. Some of the stuff a lot of you all would agree with. I played this earlier, and I'm gonna play it again. Just a lot of Black people.
It was a mistake. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so the parts of the Civil Rights Act were great, but the way it's now being implemented to force men in female bathrooms.
Now, that's not what he said before. He said the Civil Rights Act was bad for Black people because now they're poor. Now he said, oh, no, it's because it's being interpreted wrong.
To push forward of the trans agenda, the intent of the Civil Rights Act is way beyond what it was originally authored for.
But the intent specifically originally was to...
Well, that's interesting. So the intent and the law are two different things. So the intent was noble, which was to say that no American can be not allowed into a place of business based on the color of their skin or their ethnic heritage. Totally agreement with that. Totally agreement with that. Totally agreement with that. That's not what the law only did. It created a massive anti-racist DEI army that then gave us affirmative action. For example, recently Merrick Garland sued using the Civil Rights Act, saying that we cannot have voter ID in certain states because it's a violation of the Civil Rights Act. So basically what the Civil Rights Act did is that it went beyond disparate impact and then went to disparate effect. In the sense where if Black Americans are not doing as well as white Americans in a certain category, you can now use the Civil Rights Act and say that's a violation of the Civil Rights Act, even though there might be other contributing factors. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's too broad, too wide, and it's now doing a lot of damage to the country. It's being used well beyond its original.
And of course, we were poor, right? So we should repeal it.
You said the Civil Rights.
Okay. Now, you see that little lady right there? She probably agreed with that. Let's listen to some more stuff that many of you. So you know, we're here to debunk. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D. People wash their ass in the tub. Kamala Harris.
You would Tune in to Uncle D. This black man talk, pull up, homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. You learn something, then you earn something. Let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. Blizzard King here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shooting, give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Molly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, voting earns. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you been served, gotta notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass.
Get up and whip him, Sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Floby and cut your own damn hair from now.